You're welcome to Financial Freedom Hub, your online earning tutorial and the ultimate wealth creating channel on YouTube. In this video, we are going to look at the topic, taking personal responsibility for your finances. Taking personal responsibility for your finances. Now we are in an era that you don't need to be ignorant about finances. If you don't have a plan for your personal finances, then you are going to be, of all people, most miserable. If there is one knowledge and one skill you need, it is how to manage and plan your personal finances. So you must learn to understand the finances, what they are about. You must understand the numbers, how they play. You must understand what we refer to as income, what we refer to as expenditure, what we refer to as budgeting, and a lot of things, debt and etc. And so you must understand this terminology, and then it must not be in the academic domain for people who have gone to study finance and accounting and stuff like that. All of us deal with money. There is an interesting phenomenon that I have observed, that if there is one commodity that every human being interacts with every time in our life, it is money. But interestingly, nobody teaches us about money in our school life, right from primary to junior high to senior high to college to university. Nobody takes their time to teach us about money, how to handle money, how to make it, how to grow it, how to keep it, etc. Nobody cares about that, but that is all something that everybody uses and interacts. Even children at the preschool level, we give them money to go and buy candies and snacks in school. But nobody teaches anybody about money. That should tell you that until you take that responsibility, personal responsibility of your finances and your monetary life, nobody is going to do it for you unless you go and study economics, which is also so theoretical and then non-practical, and nobody teaches you about money. And so, in this video, I am going to show you how to take personal responsibility. Subsequent videos will be looking at the various aspects, understand what income and expenditure are, budgeting, and then understanding the financial mathematics, the numbers and the numbers game. We'll look at those in subsequent videos, but in this video, I just want to bring our knowledge to certain pathetic realities and facts that maybe you are not conscious of, but they happen around you every day. Then you can wake up from your sleep and you can take your financial destiny into your hands and then become financially responsible for your personal finances. All right, so let's get inside and look at what is involved. I am going to look at a few things. I'm going to bring some facts and then some truths to your knowledge. They are going to be painful. They are going to be bitter. We are going to step on the toes of some people, some institutions, some organizations, because we are bringing the truth. But that is the fact which happens to us every day. And sometimes we are not privy to it, or we are ignorant, or we just decide that maybe we are not conscious of it, but it is affecting us. Because there are things that happen to us and then we go through every day, but because it's just an everyday phenomenon, so we don't take note of it and then we don't see it as anything. But a day is coming that it will have effect, and that is when you wake up from your sleep. But thank God for this video. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, subscribe to the channel, and then you will not miss out on any of our videos and presentations. So in this video, basically, I'm going to show you where you are and then how you can move from where you are, and then you can create something for yourself. Now, I am assuming you are a worker and then you earn wages either from the government sector or the private sector. You are a worker and then you earn monthly income. Now, I'm going to show you 3 institutions that you are involved in, or that are involved in your personal financial life. 3 institutions, and then I'm going to show you how you have been paying the 2 institutions and you neglect the 3rd institution that has to do with your life. Number 1, we are looking at the state as an institution. Then number 2, I assume you are a Christian or you go to church. So we are looking at the church or a religious body as the 2nd institution. And then number 3, we are looking at the family as the 3rd institution. How do these 3 institutions affect your financial life? What role do they play in your financial life? That is what we are going to face in this video. It is quite a factual truth, but we are going to wake up from the sleep, and then like I said, we are going to step on the toes of some people involved in some of these institutions, because it will be like we are trying to deny them their due. But no, all I'm trying to do is to wake you up so that you come to the reality of what is going on around you. So we are going to look at how you have been paying the two institutions, and then you neglect yourself, which is the family. So the state is there. So we are assuming the state is the employer, and then we have the formal, the informal, we have the government, and then the private sector. I box all of them together as the state. So the state is not the nation as we think of it. We are thinking of the economy of the state, where you work and then you earn your wages. And then because we pay the state from that place, whether you are a government worker or a private sector worker, everybody pays income tax. I believe you have heard of income tax. But how many of you know the percentage of income tax that you are charged? And that is what is deducted from your monthly income. Many of us don't know. Myself, I didn't know the percentage. All I know is my employer removes income tax and pays it to the government, and then after that they take a snake and all those things. But recently, my wife and I were doing some analysis, and then we came to the realization that this is the amount we pay the state, and that those of us who are Christians and we pay tithe and offerings, this is the amount or the percentage we pay. And then as the family, the finances that are coming to your family, which are the things you are putting into either an investment account somewhere that you are going to retire and live on in your old age, we realize that we have neglected that, and the percentage that goes there is quite minimal and abysmal, if not negligible. And so, to your shock, income tax ranges between 20 to 25%. Now, when you look at your income, we have what we call the gross, and then we have what we call the net, or the take-home salary. The gross is the total sum that is supposed to be due you at the end of every month, before deductions, before the income tax, before the SNAIT, before any other company-related or personal-related deduction. So your gross is there. And then 25% is the income tax that goes to the government. So let's assume you are working and then your monthly gross is 10,000 Ghana cedis. We are in Ghana. I'm doing this video from Ghana, so let me use our currency. You can convert to your own currency, local currency, or dollar, or whatever. So let's say you are a worker and you are earning a gross income of 10,000 a month. So calculate 25%. That is a 1/4 of your salary. So 25% goes to the first institution, that is the state. So the state takes 25%, that's 2,500, and so it's left with 7,500, and out of that you are going to pay your 5% or 5.5% SNAIT, and then your employer will top up the 12 or the 12.5, and then the tier 1, tier 2, and those kind of things, and then whatever is left is what is coming to you as an individual. So let's assume all the deductions are done, and then your take-home salary is now about 6,000 or 5,000. So you have paid a whopping 25% to the first institution. You have nothing to do with that money. It will not benefit you in any way, apart from infrastructure development, which who knows how much of it that will benefit from these days. But in your old age, you won't go to government and say, when I was working, you were deducting 25% every month. So I have come, I'm going through financial challenges, so can you give me a part of it? You can't decide whether you are paying or not, because you don't even get to see it. It is deducted from source. You don't even get to see it at all. The only place you see it is on your pay slip, where it has been deducted. Then the second institution that we pay religiously is the church. I'm a Christian, I'm a pastor, so I'm talking about the church. I am not saying don't pay the due or your tithe or your offering to the church. All I am trying to say is, you are paying these two institutions, so remember to pay the third institution that is going to benefit you either in your old age or in a day that you are no longer strong to work. So Another 10%, those of us who are tithe payers or those who believe in tithing and then we practice it, it is good because it also helps the kingdom of God to do the work, to propagate the gospel, to win souls, to build churches, to keep morality up to its standards through the church. The church has its role in every society, and so we cannot neglect paying our tithe and our offerings, and our dues depend on the system you find yourself in and what kind of contribution you make. But those of us who pay tithe, after we paid all this and then we receive our net salary, we are going to pay 10% as tithe to the church. Now the question I ask myself is, after paying 25% the gross to the state and then paying 10% to the church or your religious organization, the family, which is the third institution, how much do you pay the family? So what percentage of this income do you reserve inside some investment or savings account somewhere that will generate income that on a rainy day you can fall on it? Many of us, the answer is nothing. So once we have fulfilled our obligation religiously to the state, we have fulfilled our obligation religiously to the church, the rest of the money belongs to us, and so we spend it, but we don't pay ourselves or pay the third institution, which is the family. So wake up and decide what percentage you are going to begin to pay the family, which is the third institution. So don't rock the first two institutions, pay the state, otherwise you can't decide whether you are paying or not because it will be taken. Then pay the church or pay God his due. But after that, make sure you pay yourself or pay the family as the third institution. Create a percentage, either the same thing you pay the church or higher than that, or what you pay the state. At least between the 10% and the 25%. Peg a percentage of your income that will go to the family as an institution, because at the end of the day, the only place you are going to depend on in your old age, in your retirement, on a sickness bed, is the family. And unfortunately, that is the one many of us have neglected, and we don't pay the family. I know some people do, they have investments, they have savings that they have put aside, etc. If you are doing it, that is good. Congratulations to you and kudos to you. But if you are not doing it, like about 70 to 80% of us who believe that the rest of the money is all for us and we are going to spend it. Let me give you another shocker. I have again observed that apart from paying the lump sum percentage to the first institution, which is the state, and then the second institution, which is the church, I realized that the rest of the income is again spent on all these institutions. All of them have their share in the remaining income. So if you don't pay yourself a lump sum and then you begin to spend, I want to shock you and prove to you that these three institutions are all benefiting from the rest of the money. How does it happen? Now you have paid your income tax, that is gone. But any shopping mall you go to purchase, and then they give you that small white sheet as the receipt. Now go and check on it. You see that you are paying VAT, you are paying other small ones, NHIS, you are paying levy there, we are paying levy for Get Fund. There are many other small things that are taxed on everyday spendings that we spend in an organized shop where they pay VAT. So you are paid your lump sum to the state 25%, but beside that, the state again is getting money from your everyday spending. So you go to a shopping mall, you go and buy maybe a bag of rice, a bottle of champagne, and then whatever, and then you see that. So anytime they give you that receipt, don't just throw it away. When you get home, take the receipt and look at it. The price of the product you purchase, and then the other things you are paying for, which you didn't buy from that shop. It will shock you, because the state again is earning from the remaining money. Go and try it and come and give me a comment in this video if I'm telling a lie. And then the church also, every Sunday you have to go to church, you have to give offering. Besides the tithe you have paid, we have to give offering, we have programs, we have events, you have to give offering here and there. It is not part of the tithe, it is part of the remaining income. So why do you neglect the most important of these three institutions and assume that what is left is all for you or your family, and so you are going to spend it? So as you pay your tax and you pay your tithe, remember to pay yourself also a percentage between 10 and 25% or more, depending on what you are looking at for. And then pay yourself, and then whatever is left is going to be shared among the three institutions again anyway. The state will be getting its part through the small taxes, the church will be getting its portion through the dues, and then the offerings, and then the special donations, etc. And then the expenditure of the family, which is also routine every month. So I thought I should just enlighten you on this, how to take personal responsibility. And like I mentioned, that nobody is coming to do it for you in your old age. If you think, oh, all right, but they are paying SSNIT for me, you wait until you retire, and then you know what it means to depend on SSNIT pension. I know people who are dependent on SSNIT pension, and the day they went into the church, they collapsed because they were thinking they are going to take their pension and build a house, and they realized that even land it cannot buy, or if they had land, it cannot even do foundation for the building. People have collapsed in the bank. People have collapsed when they receive their check, and then they went to the bank, and then they saw what SSNIT is paying them. So don't put the destiny, your financial destiny, into the hands of SSNIT. You will only get heart attack. So whilst you are strong and you are working, especially if you are a young person and you are now beginning your work life, it is the best opportunity. Those of us who are late, yes, maybe we can redeem a few years, but those of you who are starting, learn a lesson and then create a financial safe nest for yourself. Pay the state, pay the church, and pay yourself as the family. Put something aside every month that you put inside a stable investment somewhere that will cushion you on a rainy day. And then your life will be safe. So remember, your financial destiny is in your hands, and you are responsible for what happens to you. So in this video, I just brought you a little knowledge and facts and figures about how to become personally responsible for your finances. So go and do your mathematics, and then think of how you are going to start paying the family, the third institution, the most important of the three, and then save yourself. God bless you as I come your way with another video next time. Subscribe to the channel, turn on the notifications so that when we post a video, you will be notified. And then above all, give us a thumb up if you like this information. If it gives you any value, we are not charging you for it. And then also like the video and then leave a comment. Give us kudos, and then ask your question that you want to ask. Give a comment. If you think we say something that is not factual or truth, just leave a comment for us. We are all learning. God bless you. I'll see you in the next video.